Hello, Aquarius. You had my highest viewership on last week's reading, so I'm giving you a bonus reading. I'm going to start with the Oracle card, Metamorphosis in Reverse. All right, number 25. You are in the process of deep and beautiful change. There are times of chaos and darkness that occur, much like the growing pains experienced by the caterpillar who is in the process of becoming a butterfly. There is a tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise. When something is taken away or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you to let go of old ideas about how life is supposed to be, you are not a victim. Rather, you're experiencing the temporary discomfort we all must go through before the beauty is revealed. So it sounds like you're in the midst of transformation. You could be in that cocoon state and feel all is dark. It's really cramped in here. I don't like where I'm at. And it's uncomfortable, this change, this metamorphosis. But something is about to change about you and your environment. Yeah. All right, Aquarius, let's get some answers for you. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. In the past, we've got the energy of the Chariot in reverse. This feels very stuck, unable to move forward, unable to take charge of your life. Feels like you felt stuck for a long time, unable to understand how to manifest is really coming in. And so it created a lot of instability, maybe around finances, maybe health, making you feel very dependent on others. Maybe there's confusion around, how this universe works, how to manifest, how to move forward, how to create a foundation that you can build on. And so instead it looks like you were dependent on others to create finances, home. There's an instability, an insecurity, not knowing how to nurture and take care of yourself. And what was driving this from your subconscious was a need to see a new perspective, some type of enlightened way of seeing that you were very resistant to see. And so it feels like you were asking for this awareness, enlightenment. How do I move forward? And so it feels like you were put in more and more stagnant spaces where you can't move forward, where you are stuck enough that you are willing to receive a new perspective. So it feels like things got more and more stuck, more and more dependent, more and more uncomfortable, more and more insecure in the past. Needing others, unable to nurture yourself because there was something that you needed to see. What is it what did Aquarius need to see? That's something that you were mourning. You were mourning the loss of something. Disappointment in something not being what you wanted it to turn out to be. Maybe a relationship didn't turn out the way you expected. This new enlightenment was to help you get out of that stuck perspective, that mourning, that regret, that loss, and to help you build stability and security for yourself. So that's what was coming from behind, from your subconscious, and really driving your past energies. Right now, Aquarius, in present time, we have 9 of Swords. Feels like I also got that in the Oracle card. There's anxiety, maybe overthinking, worrying. What are you worrying about? What's causing all this mental confusion, mental blocks? You're feeling alone and you're wanting to come out of isolation. You don't want to feel alone and separated. You want love, but there's no one there. And that's causing a tower. Or you're trying to avoid a tower. You don't want to be alone, but you also don't want to recreate the past. So you're kind of stuck in your mindset. This is also, it's like there's a belief here that you're going to recreate the past. That connections, being in connection means whatever you had in the past that didn't work out. And that's not the case. Your energy has shifted. There's a real need to get out of your thoughts, quiet your thoughts, create peaceful thoughts. Take charge of your crown chakra. So one way we could do this really maybe right now is just realize, be in the center of your head and realize that you're the observer of your thoughts. You're not the one thinking the thoughts. You're observing. They're not your thoughts. They're thoughts that come in. They might feel like your thoughts because they're familiar. But energy's coming in, they hit your crown chakra, and you start translating, tuning into, thinking. So there's a need to be discerning. Why are you entertaining fearful thoughts? Do they feel familiar? So you can just be the observer and ask yourself, what's my next thought? And listen. Be aware of the thought coming in, and then when it comes in, say, that's a thought. That's a thought. I can let that go. I don't have to translate it. I don't have to think it. Then when another thought comes in, be like, that's another thought. This is how you create seniority for yourself. You choose your thoughts. Right now it feels like your thoughts are choosing you, and you're choosing thoughts about fear of recreating the past. So you're projecting into your future. You're creating obstacles for yourself in the future. You could let go of those thoughts and feel the fears just feel them in your body. Whatever these anxieties and fears, allow yourself to feel them. Where are you feeling them in your body? And then just allow those thoughts to be. Allow those feelings to be. Those feelings belong. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to be anxious, have those feelings. You're just not going to keep thinking them and projecting them out into the future. You're going to just feel them, quiet the thoughts and feel the energy. You have to feel it to heal it. You allow that energy to pass through. And without the thoughts, it doesn't last as long. And notice when the feeling kind of ebbs. Notice if something else comes to light, maybe pain or pressure or tension in your body, as you're allowing yourself to feel. All right. So what's triggering your conscious present energy is the Eight of Pentacles from your subconscious. Some type of mastery that you're working on. Maybe you're working on mastering your crown. Oh, this is around finances especially. I'm seeing in the past that was the instability, insecurity, worry about finances. And you're really wanting to get out of feeling fearful about your stability, security, your physical safety, your being able to pay the bills. There's something, looks like you're ready to step into a new level of whatever work you do. It looks like there's been some indecision because it feels like with work you've got, well, this idea, I'll do this or this, but you're missing, there are other alternatives. And so it feels like you're clearing that out of the way. Other paths, other ways of taking action. No, other ways of attracting this abundance. You're switching the way you manifest finances. It isn't going out. You're showing yourself how you can attract what you want. But first you have to get the fears, allow the fears and frustration and energies from your past to move through and to stop creating obstacles by projecting your anxiety and fears in front of you. Hope that makes sense. All right, Aquarius, your next steps are justice in reverse. Something's out of balance in your next steps. Something feels lack of, not fair kind of feeling. Not fair, not just. Yeah, okay, so feels like in your next steps, you're exploring injustice, sadness, what's been keeping you stuck in that sadness. It's something, some deception, some trickery, some lies. Someone, it feels like you're deceiving yourself or someone is being deceptive, tricky, sneaky. You're wanting your next steps to be Nine of Pentacles, moving into abundance, feeling fertile, feeling independent, abundant. I can do this on my own. This is amazing. And it also looks like you're wanting to love what you do. Love yourself and love what you do. Create a foundation of not only financial stability, but something that is enjoyable and lasting. So you're building with love. So it's not just about finances. It's something tied with your emotions, but something is showing up, an imbalance, something that's sad. That's what it looks like. What you're trying to clear out of your next steps is that just because you've had injustice and imbalance in the past does not mean that you have to have that in your next steps. Does not mean that you have to recreate that. Just because you've had a lot of crappy bosses or crappy jobs does not mean that that's going to happen in your future. Unless you believe that, and then that is what you get what you believe. So watch your beliefs. Watch how you're thinking. Watch how you're talking. Are you talking like someone who is successful and independent? Or are you talking about how life is unfair and it sucks and they're to blame and your past and those people, and it's time to really own your next steps. There's this opportunity. What's driving your next steps from your subconscious is the High Priestess in reverse. Secrets. Something very secretive. Something in the subconscious. What is it that's driving Aquarius's next steps? What do we need to know? All right. Yeah, this is karma. It looks like you might be receiving karma. Karma, there's several different ways to read this. So it looks like there's something really hidden in your subconscious that you've kept secret, I feel like, from yourself. And so you're receiving karma so you can really see and experience the injustice in it, the unfairness, how it creates sadness. So you can shift that. Because it's like some of you, it feels like you have a cup full. I already know everything. I've already experienced everything. This is the way it is. And you can live that way. That is up to you. Everything is up to you. It's free will universe. Free choice. But the problem with a cup that's full is you can't add anything new to it. You can't have change. It looks like there are people and situations that don't work. There are beliefs that don't work, and that beliefs that don't serve you. Is that true that your boss this and that person did that and this person was... yes, you could be completely true. But you thinking about them chronically and talking about it and bringing the past to your present and projecting it forward, is that in your best interest? Is that what you want going forward? Feels like there are people and situations that you need to separate from. You need to see that this is not working for me. that this situation, this person, there's imbalance here and it's making me sad. Maybe you hang around with very deceptive people, and now you have this opportunity in your next steps to see this deception, not so you can try to get them to change, but so you can change yourself and say, you know, I don't want this. Feels complicated. It feels like a lot going on. Let me see what the possible outcome is for Aquarius. Oh boy. Okay. It looks like you create a lot of truth for yourself. A new perspective. You're learning about how things work in a very clear way. It feels like you gain a lot of consciousness. And there's a realization that the way you've been doing things, the way you've been viewing things, the way you've been working, it doesn't work. That there's been an imbalance that has kept you from your blessings, from your soul fulfillment. It hasn't been whatever your story is about. Kind of feels a little victim-y, like they did this, they did that. That's a first step when someone wounds you, to assess the situation, be like, wow, this is coming from here. Okay, I now processing what this person, and a lot of people get stuck, and that's it. That's the end of, I see clearly what they did. But the next, if you want to take your power back, if you want to change things, turn and focus on you. What is it about me that didn't see the red flags? What is it about me that allowed this, continued to choose this option? What is it about how I'm attracted to this energy? Why am I attracted to something that's painful? Like, you start asking questions so you can learn about yourself. You can't really make long-lasting change out here. The change you want, it comes from within. Once you start owning and recognizing and making shifts here, the next step is you start seeing from a bigger perspective, a higher perspective, how it's happening in the collective, how others have done this. You learn how to forgive yourself and forgive the people who have hurt you. You don't take it personally. You appreciate what you've gone through and how you've shifted and changed. You even get to a point where you can appreciate all of it, and you wouldn't change it at all, because you have a perspective, and you see how what's happened in your past is helping you move towards what you would prefer in the future. Doesn't mean that initial way that you viewed things, and that victim mentality, and this person did this to me and wounded me, doesn't mean that that's wrong or incorrect. It's just the first step. There are plenty of other steps to take if you want to create a world you want for yourself consciously. So, all right, Aquarius, that's your bonus reading. I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments, and keep liking these videos if you want to continue to get bonus readings every week. So take care. Bye.